Hi there, you are tuned into Beauty and Braids, the podcast where I, Karyne Tenard, has conversations about all things relevant to personal growth and development. Just a heads up, I'm unfiltered. You're welcome.
Hey, okay, so thank you so much, Terry Childs, for agreeing to talk to me during this time, which is
Of
crazy.
course. Yes, it is. No problem.
You know,
No
uh,
problem.
I had a person this morning, like I woke up to like a LinkedIn message from, like I used to be in like this group, a Brooklyn recovery group, and when Sandy happened, it was like everybody just came together, nonprofits, people who wanted to volunteer, and there's this lady. This
Okay.
lady, she was like this Jewish lady, and she was like always supporting me, sending me resources. So she hit me up this morning and was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "No." And no, is I was like, it's a whole bunch of emotions, like just to
Right.
wake up and be black, just that,
Exactly.
where what I'm saying, it's like I'm black. I can't change that, and people don't like me because of it. Like it's like I didn't do anything to a person, and they do not like me for the simple fact that my skin color is melanated, which is crazy. Okay, so that's just where my mind is right
Right.
now. So everybody who is tuning in, for those who are listening on the podcast and seeing this, Terry Childs, aka TC,
Mm-hmm.
is someone I, knew growing up, but he is also a police officer.
Yep.
And, he made his stand, and I was like, yo, like, I applaud that. I have a few people who are friends of mine who are police officers. And, okay, so they are like, I'm a good cop. Like, it's like, what does that
Right.
mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, a good cop. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know who's good if we don't see
Right.
it. If we don't see people take a stand with the
Right.
badge. Like, so please
Yep.
explain to me what led you to become a cop first. Like,
All right. So I'm gonna be. Let's backtrack to like the
okay.
beginning. Um, like on my post, right? I
Mm-hmm.
stated growing up in Crown Heights, growing up in Brooklyn, period. Growing up as a black young kid, evolving to a black young man. Is the relationship with the police and our community has never been good. Like it's never been good. So I didn't like police growing up. I always had an issue with police and how I viewed them, how I've been treated myself. Like there's never been a good experience. So that's just to sum up, like I guess the view that I used to have towards law enforcement. Um, So yes, I personally I don't work for NYPD. I work for Riverbay Corporation. Riverbay Corporation is in the Bronx, and I police the area of Co-op City. Um, so
Yep.
and it's similar to like Starlight City in Brooklyn. Did I break up? You hear me? Because you're breaking up. I can't. Karen, you see me? You hear me?
Okay.
I'm about
How's
to
your signal over by you?
the signal was good and like I see you now. I
Okay.
see and I
All
hear you
right.
now.
Yeah. So I'm good. It's just a lot going on outside.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, to just to retract, I work for Riverbay Corporation, and I police the area of Co-op City. So I don't work for NYPD, but I work in conjunction with NYPD, the 45th precinct to be exact. And the only difference between us and I guess NYPD is that we don't execute warrants, but we do everything else that they do. So we work in conjunction with one another. We start our processing at our base, and then we head over to the 45th precinct, and we log just for arrest purposes and summonses and stuff like that. So we do all of our paperwork and everything at the 45th precinct, and then we head out to central bookings and blah blah blah. That's the whole spiel. So I guess in a sense for me, I would have took the stance if I worked with NYPD as well. That's just me, and I feel like people need to see that, especially if it's from a genuine place. Like, it's not about the show. I'm never, I don't like, at this where I'm at in life now, I love cops. I'm a cop myself. I took on this job, not really knowing what it was. I thought it was a security position because that's what I applied for. When I seen the paper, I was like, at the time I needed a job. They $21 an hour. Okay, cool. Let me see what it's about. I didn't know that taking a job that I would have peace officer status. And it wasn't until I got there my first day of work, and I'm just seeing these officers. I'm like, hold on, these dudes, they carry guns. I didn't even know it was an armed position. So at that point in time, I made a decision like, are you sure this is what you want to do? And I said, you know what, I need a job. I need something consistent. I need the benefits. Let's do it. And yeah, so that's basically how it started for me. But it changed for me once I realized like I could use this to actually do good and try my best to change like some people. I won't be able to change all, but if I could change one person perspective on how they view law enforcement, then that's a win for me. Or if I could, what I've been doing is like giving people like a pep talk or like, yo, listen, this is right now at your stage in life, you're probably not thinking about the future, but you need to start thinking 5 years from now what it is that you may want to be doing. And be more conscious, be more aware of what you're doing, because one little blemish can mess up everything. It can mess up that job opportunity that you may be trying to get down the line. Because you got people who come from a different walk of life judging you, saying, I don't think this would be the perfect candidate. And it could mess up everything. Just one simple mistake. So a good cop for me is somebody who could just educate people off of experience, by example. Somebody that's not just out here talking it. Somebody who's walking it as well.
Right.
And somebody who can relate to people. You have to be very relatable. That's what
That's the only way. That's the only way to make changes, actually, to understand the people.
Right. Exactly.
Like, the people can't understand a cop because the people aren't cops. But if you use people who have gone through the situation, a lot of people I've witnessed is like they become cops and they have not had a good upbringing. Like, they have let me just say, there'll be cornballs that become cops, and this is how they get their authority.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they reflect.
Yeah.
But it's like, remove that. Maybe you need therapy before you need to go into law enforcement, because there are people going in there for the sole reason to hurt people. Like, now I got the power.
Exactly.
So, like, for me, like, what you said about a good cop is, those are, I guess what you said, two qualities. Also, third is to also talk to your coworkers. Like, look, they are not the enemy. We're here to protect them, and calling people out, because is there like an issue with you say you're not like with the NYPD, but like if a coworker does something that you don't agree with, do you have to is there a brotherhood, a code where you have to like now wait till they're not in sight for you to talk about it or report them, or can you let them know like, yo, or just step in and be like, yo, this is, y'all doing a little bit too much right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not all called for. Like, you good. Like, I'm just saying,
Right.
like, is there a fear there? Like, why don't people?
All right. So for us, it may be a little different. The majority of people on my department, they look like me. So it's a lot of Black. It's a lot of Hispanics. It's not a lot of white. Like the white officers, they got like higher positions. Like they up in the ranks. So it's a little different for us in a sense. And we do have some white officers that are on the force. Everybody's cool for the most part, but we don't really have like a lot of the issues like in the Co-op City community as far as like the I can't breathe situation. We don't have that because we're policing our own. So it's a little different, and you know, in a sense. But as far as like accountability, yeah, we do hold people accountable. I wouldn't hold my coworker accountable in front of, like, in the midst of all the, like in the midst of like whatever the situation is that's going on at the time. I will wait to where either at our base or it's a place where I could just, because I may have to get out of character a little bit to explain, or I don't want to be, you know, I want to be professional at all times, like when I'm dealing with the public, but when it's us, I may have to get out of character just to explain, or like, listen, you can't do this, because listen, when you do this,
This reflects.
it not only affects you, but it affects everybody else, and it's a reflection, and this is how we're being viewed. So
Right.
it's not perfect. Nobody's perfect, and I understand that. Like one of the things I said in my post is like I'm tired of like having to like disinfect like the minds of like people that, you know, we are like, it's exhausting, but it's like something that I signed up
Right.
for, and it's something that, you know, I'm gonna continue to try my best. One at least one person at a time. That's all that I could do. It's one person at a time. However long I'm on the force, one person at a time, one mind at a time, and
That's the only
you
thing you
know,
can do. It's just like for me, when I see injustice since I was growing up, like I don't care what age you
right.
are, what line of authority you have hold
Mm-hmm.
of any position. If if you're doing anything disrespectful to me or anybody I know, I'm gonna call you out in front of everybody because you are trying to embarrass people
Right.
in front of everybody. You get what I'm saying? I be like, I don't have that level
Right.
of respect for you once you come out of character. Like, oh, so you don't care? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to do it professionally as possible. When I see like kids being a little bit like
Right. Right.
where parents come in and they start cursing at their kids or whatever, they be like, "This is my child." But I don't
Yeah.
care. I don't care if it's your child. That's not how you talk to a child. You know what I'm saying? That's not how you do a
Right.
child, because
Right.
what you're doing is breaking them before they even have a chance. You're supposed to be their peace. They're supposed to respect you. It's not about fear.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's about earning the child's
Mm-hmm.
thing. When something happens to them, they're supposed to come to you. And just like with the police officer, something happened, I'm supposed to come to you for help.
Right.
Like now, I feel like I can't turn to
Right.
you. And you know what I'm saying? So it's like you have, for me, I'm like, I would prefer somebody reprimanding, not like ostracizing a person right in front of everybody, but at least calling them out. There was
Mm-hmm.
a lady who, you know, got at one of the police officers. I seen like in a video where he pushed a black girl who was on the floor on the knees, you know, hands up,
Right.
and he pushed her, and that black lady was like, "Yo,"
Yeah, I seen it. Yeah, I
like
seen that
you.
one.
That does something for people because it's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, there's somebody who sees this. It's not like, all right, I'm gonna wait till people
Like you
are
turn a
not
blind
there.
eye. I got you.
Yeah, because that's what we see. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I got you.
When we don't see nobody stand up, it's like,
Right. Right.
so I gotta stand up for myself. Like now, it's like, you don't care, no one cares, you know. So
Yeah.
that's how it kind of feels like, even growing up in the streets, where you feel like it's just you
Yeah.
taking on everybody, and it calms you down when you at least see somebody within the group saying something. You know what I'm saying? It just gives you like a level of peace. So
Right.
I understand when you say you wanted to be professional, but
Mm-hmm.
listen, in the midst of all that stuff, you were like, look, let me handle this. Step aside, let me
Mm-hmm.
handle this. I see you might be a little steamed up. Let me do this so
Mm-hmm.
you don't overreact. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just like, someone please step in. And you know.
And there's been like cases like that. That's when I say like I would when I told you wait till we get inside, meaning like I wouldn't like verbally speak my mind as far as like how I feel about the situation or how others may view it like in front of everybody, but I would, that tactic, I've done it. Like, listen, hold on, step back, because I don't want you to throw everything away out of you letting your emotion get the best of you. Remember, whoever we're dealing with, if they're on 1, why should I be at 10? There's no need to be
Right.
at 10. You gotta separate whatever, however you came to work, leave that at the door. Like some people, they have bad days and they come to work and it's just like, no, whatever is home, leave home at home, leave work at work. Don't intertwine the two, don't mix the two, because it's a recipe for disaster. So it's been situations to where it's like, yo, this is a step to the side. We got this. And that's all that, like, it says a lot, like, okay. And then listen, you deal with me. I understand what happened over there. I got this. Don't even worry about that. Don't worry
Yeah.
about
Yeah,
him.
and
Don't
that's
worry about
exactly the
it.
good
And,
cop,
and
bad
that,
cop.
it's been done in that sense. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like, and that's what people be like, okay, that's the good cop. I'll talk to the good cop. Let me talk to you, because
Right.
I don't like this one. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, you
Right.
know, I think everybody be wanting
Mm-hmm.
to have Black people or the public be professional, and it's like, we're not in the job. This is us. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? We ain't got the suit on.
Yeah.
We're not
Yeah.
supposed to be professional. Like, that's, you know what I'm saying? Like,
It's you know what it's about. It's just about respect.
it is. You you talk to me
It's
good,
respect. Like, you gotta have respect. That's it.
right? Like,
Treat people like adults. We're adults. If you're dealing with adult, don't treat me like I'm a child. Whoa, listen. And that's how, like, I approach a lot of situations. Listen, this is an adult. This guy, he's old enough to be my father. He's young enough. She's old enough to be my mother, my grandmother. I'm gonna speak to you
you got some sense.
like an adult. Give you that respect because you deserve it.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, yo, even with this curfew, I'm like, I'm a
Yeah.
grown person. I done left my mama's house, you know, where there
Mm-hmm.
was rules and regulation. Now I'm a grown person and now I'm on curfew. Like, it's just kind of like,
Right.
wait, no, this is not what I dreamed of. Like, let me take me back to a
Mm-hmm.
time, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I think it has to happen, because it's like, when you're
Yeah.
talking, asking for somebody to respect you, and that's how nobody is gonna
Mm-hmm.
respect you if you asking for it. Can you
Right.
please respect me? Can you please respect me? That ain't nobody going. Everybody gonna like, no, you earn respect. You know what I'm saying? You got to show people, like, and
Exactly.
that's the sad thing. It's like, why do we have to do all of this, even
Mm-hmm.
though things are being escalated and instigated by other people, you know, and now it's a reflection of Black people. And
Right.
again, I go outside and I'm trying to
Yep.
like run. And of course, there's like police officers, and I've had good experiences with police officers. You know what I'm saying? Like, chilling and talking to police
Mm-hmm.
officers. And so, but at the end of the day, I still know there's some police officers that are horrible. Like, you know, don't know how to talk to people. They don't have interpersonal skills. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be a people's person, you know?
Yep.
And the day I had found out, like,
Exactly.
the the police officers were job was, I was waiting in my building when I forgot, I think I was like maybe 25 or 26, something like that. And there was like a group of police officers just standing. They were just hanging out, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they were a mixed crowd, diverse,
Okay.
and they were like, sorry. and they were like, hey, what up? And I'm just like, oh, I'm just waiting here, whatever. And they was cracking jokes. I was waiting for my ride. And it was like, you in college? I was like, well, I finished college. Like, he was like, well, because they was checking their hours. They're like, yo, I
Okay.
put in 100 hours. I'm about to do this. And they were like, yo, you should be a cop. Like, you only need like 60 credits. And I was just like, yo, are y'all serious? It was like maybe 5 or 6 of them in the lobby. And I'm just dying laughing, like, because they were so chill. And of course, some of them was black. Most of them was black. So I just was laughing like, nah, I'm good. Like, I'm going to get the whole degree. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, it's like, you can stop and get,
Right.
you good. You good money. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Right.
But it just was, for them, they just like, yo, I'm just putting in these hours. I don't see those people as wanting to abuse power. They're just really trying to feed their families, feed themselves, take care of their bills,
Yeah.
get back home
Mm-hmm.
safe. You know what I'm saying? And I respect that. And I've spoken to white
Exactly.
cops and chilled with New Year's Eve, and they were like, "Oh no, let me go get y'all some free stuff," and come back and gave it to us, and just chilling, like having conversations. It's just, people need to see people as humans, and the more we interact with the other race, is
Right.
the more people will be like, yo, no, like, that could be my friend, that could be my, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just
Right.
it's draining, TZ, draining. Okay, and you're a
It's
black
very draining.
man.
It's very draining.
You're a black man. So when you take off
On
your
both sides,
uniform,
look, dealing with it from like both sides of the spectrum.
yes. Okay. So we talk about that now. Okay, it's kind of hard for me, like, to mentally, when we talk about as deep as like finding somebody that you care about, loving somebody, building a family. For a black man, it's like women are a little bit scared to even love a black man, because the minute you do love and give your all to someone, they are taken, which is like, you ripping somebody's
Right.
heart out. So you're doing, it's 2 blows at one time, right? Like, so from your home, how much of that fear, because a lot of, the significant other gives you fear too, because it's like, please be safe, don't do that, like, you have that, and then it's like, where are you in the middle? Because you have somebody who cares, then you have the world, and then it's just like, I guess 3 sides, and then you have a child, correct? And then it's like, no, okay,
No,
so
I
it's
don't.
just 3 sides, not 4 now.
Oh no. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So how is that?
Well, my girl, she's an EMT. Right now she works at the hospital, so she has, somewhat of an understanding being out there dealing with like the craziness as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then we both work midnight, so we speak throughout the night. We're both out at the same time. Um, she always tells me, be safe. Um, we pray. Um, but I think it's more like we get more of the, I guess, the worrying from like, I guess, like her mom. She's always like, oh, make sure you be safe, make sure you this, that, I always worry about you. My mom as well. And me, I kind of like, in the beginning, I would like brush it off, like, nah, don't worry, I'll be safe, I'll be all right. But I had to like step back and like, understand like where's it that they're coming from, that fear, and just
Mm-hmm.
seeing everything that's going on outside is just like, damn, man, like it's scary.
Mm-hmm. It's like, is
Like
that
it's
like
very scary.
overwhelming?
It can be. It can
Yeah,
be
that's a
because
lot of
I'm gonna
pressure.
tell you what. I'm gonna just be very honest and very real. It's a lot of pressure because like I come from the hood, so I'm 32 now, and like one of the things that's like that runs through my mind is I survived the hood. Like I survived it. Still surviving. I mean, it's like, damn, I grew up around like a lot of the violence, a lot of the craziness, and like I was able to avoid that. And then now I got a job to where I could possibly, you never know what you could run into, but I could possibly be killed. Like if I make the wrong decision, or if there's somebody that just, they not focus on my face, they focus on the uniform, because
Right.
wearing that uniform, I
It's a
inherited
target.
like
2 targets.
that comes with wearing that uniform. So 2 targets.
Yes.
It's like one of the things that I think about a lot. But what gets me through is just praying and just knowing that, like, I feel like I'm here for like a reason. Like I have a purpose. Like I have this purpose, and um, it's like I don't feel like that'll be my fate. But if it is, I gotta try to go out there and live my best life. But that's something that, like, and it's crazy for me to have those thoughts, like
No, it's
that. But it's a
not.
realistic thing.
Yeah, it's not. It's not crazy for you to have those thoughts. We all are human. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go through feeling scared,
Mm-hmm.
feeling defenseless, but then feeling like you have to be the hero,
Right.
and you have all of these lives
Right.
in your hands. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where are you? You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of this, I guess it could be a battle within yourself of like, when I take this uniform on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm gonna, because when you say you spoke about your childhood, growing up seeing you like with Trav, and used to be, I used to be like, oh, he's just like so respectful, man, cool, and observant. You was real quiet, you know what I'm saying? Like, you was never
Mm-hmm.
like crazy and into bad stuff at all. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So when I seen that you turned into, a police officer, I'm like, I can see that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't. It was just like to protect. You know what I'm saying? You observe. Those are the
Right.
qualities of a police officer. So I definitely see it, and that's why I had to ask you about, like, how does the fear, from other people affect you? Because people gonna love you, and they're gonna be like, no, don't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When Jesus was ready to like get crucified, they was like, please don't. And he's like, yo,
Right.
this is my purpose. This is me to go into the fire, like, keep your fear, because all
Yeah.
it does is it it weakens the person. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so, like, I'll say I'll pray for you. Definitely, I'm gonna be praying for you. Like, everybody going out there, like, every day. Like, I've been in my house, scared as hell, not trying to go outside because
Mm-hmm.
of the corona,
Right.
and then and now I'm trying to transition back outside, which is still mentally draining for me, because I'm like, it's just so many variables to where you can die. Like, it's just like, you know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like, you get corona, die, you black, die, you got a uniform, die. Like, it's just like,
That's a lot.
you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, some people are going to snap. Okay, you're
Mm-hmm.
going to get a lot of people snapping with the whole pandemic just happened. I could see why so many people are like outraged and ready to do something, because they have not been doing anything for all these months. We've been at
Right.
home. We got time. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
they got time. And to me, I don't know if the curfew, I'm trying to see if they're going to listen. A lot of people are going to listen to the curfew because they haven't been listening to anything else. I don't know, why would
They
they listen
haven't.
to a curfew?
They haven't. Listen, this all I know is I just feel like us as people, we gotta um start planning better, strategize. We gotta just be smarter and not fall
Yes.
into the traps, because a lot of the rioting and stuff, it's not just us, but we're the face of it, and like it's taken away from like why we went out there to protest for this
Right.
man George Floyd.
Yeah, it is.
So we gotta be smart enough and not fall for the traps.
It is. Yep. smarter and not harder, because all they're doing is undermining. They're like, oh, you see how violent they are. It's like, we are not violent. Like, we can be,
We're
but
not.
we are not. Like, you know what I'm saying? We got kids out here, people, like, you know, like mothers and grandparents. Like, you think they're not out there with weapons. They're out there with their hands, and they're just putting their hands up. And you see videos of people being attacked still with their hands up. It's like, oh, like, you are defeating the purpose. Like, you
Still
want
getting
this to be
attacked.
violent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just like this, and it's fueling the reason why people are protesting. It's like, y'all, the police officers are taking too much power, where it's like, I'm not even doing nothing to you and you hitting me. Like, you know, growing up, I'm like, yo, don't hit me if I don't hit you. Don't touch me if I
Right.
don't touch you. You know
That's
what I'm
a
saying?
natural
Like,
reaction. Somebody hit you, you hit them back. It's
right.
a natural reaction. So it's just
So,
like, I don't know. We got, I don't know. We got to be smarter. Like, I've been off. I worked yesterday morning, so I was off last night. I'm off tonight. I go back to work tomorrow night, and I don't know. I don't know. It's starting to come up here too. They hit up Fordham. They hit up Allerton. I'm right across the street from Bay Plaza Mall, and tonight, I think at 9, there's been posts going around. And they're supposed to march from like the 6th train, the last stop on the 6th train, all the way to Bay Plaza Mall, and
so that's tonight.
That's tonight.
And start looting.
They said start looting, so I'm hoping.
So it's
not
definitely
looting.
not a part of our Black Lives Matter. That is different.
Nah, that's just different. People are just like, oh, if they're doing it elsewhere, we could do it as well. And it's just like, listen, it's just taken away from the cause. Like, I get it. Like, they were looting, they were burning down stores out of frustration to get their voices out, but it's just
but
coming to a point to where, like, these is places that you guys shop. Like, why we, you know?
They're purposely hitting up stores because
Yeah.
they also like tagging BLM. You know what I'm saying? Like on some of the buildings to show like, oh, this is under that, but it's like, it's not. You know what I'm saying? That's not how we do things. We are trying.
But it's not. I
not
think we're
us.
smart enough to know, like,
it's not us.
Yeah.
There's always infiltrators. That's how it's been in history. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just kind of like, I don't know what to think. See, like, I don't know how to think, how to feel. Like, I'm just kind of like, what can I do? And that's why I really was like, let me reach out and speak to someone, because this is crazy. Like, it's 2020. We thought this was going to be the year. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it is the year. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know what year was it going to be. It's just, man, it's like, how do you bring in kids in this era? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's scary. It's very scary. It's a lot of stuff to think about. It's just like, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like you right now. I'm speechless. All I can do is just be positive. I'm very optimistic, so I just know that when there's a storm, like, there's gonna come a day when the storm will pass. So just gotta pray and just gotta know that, you know, the storm shall pass, and justice should be served. I feel like it's gonna happen. This is about time, but it's bigger than that. Like, we need reform. We need justice.
It's
reform,
so many.
and we need our pieces to make decisions, and we need officers to, like, listen, if this is not the job for you, then just put your badge. If you're in it for the wrong reasons, just hang it up.
It's
like,
true.
hang it up.
And these supervisors need to see.
Do something else.
The supervisors need to be held accountable for, because, I mean, don't you train? You know who your bad seeds are. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
Yep.
Like, y'all, it's just like, if you have a job, if you have a business, and someone is not, is a bad seed, goodbye, hand in your resume, you're done. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
Right.
because you're taking on that person's negative influence on your entire team when you keep the worst player, like the weakest link on a football field, on a basketball team. They
Exactly.
trade those off. They be like, yo, get you off. Like, you retrain them or retrain, and if
Right.
that don't work, bye. This is definitely not for you. Get a psych eval
Right.
and call it a day. You know what I'm saying? So I think the the supervisors do need, like, um to be held accountable for their team, because those are the people they're supervising. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yo, like,
Mm-hmm.
you don't want to hang, like, you can't sit with us. You can't sit with us. Bye. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you're not on the same page.
Bye.
So when you take your uniform
That's
off,
true.
because you got your uniform so off right now. Are you gonna go outside and wear a
Oh
uniform
yeah, I'm
every
home.
day?
I'm chilling.
Like, when you go outside, should you just be like, you know what, I'm gonna wear my uniform every day so they don't get no confusion out here? Or like, oh, that's kind of like, if you don't wear it, you good with the people. But if you do wear it, that's, how is that?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not wearing my uniform when I'm off work. I'm tell us, you off work, you're off work. So my uniform is with me, but it's being washed right now. So that's it. I wear my uniform at work, and that's it. When I'm home, I'm home. I'm Terrence. TC.
Mm.
That's it. So I'm not when I'm going outside. When I go outside, I'm just wearing my regular clothes, and I'm gonna carry myself the way I've always carried it, and it's just respectful. Like, just be respectful. And if I could talk to somebody that's out there, I don't think I'm gonna go out there because I just don't like what's going on right now. I need to be a part of peacefulness. So if there's peaceful protesting going on, then I'll be a part of that. But I'm not going out there with the loot. I'm not doing that. So we need some
Fighting.
organization and some different structure for me to like be out there on the front lines. But my justice right now is talking to people, and hopefully, the justice system gets it right this time. And it's so much stuff that needs to happen, and that needs to be taking place. Like, we need to get out there and do our research on, like, it's not just vote. People like, oh, you got to get out there, exercise your right to vote, but people need to know the politicians, like, what do they stand?
Yes.
What's their agendas? Like, what are they going to change? How are they going to help us as
Exactly.
a
What are they
whole? Like,
doing?
what we need opportunity. We need financial freedom. That's we need. Like,
We need,
how can we help, like, us as a whole? And
we got to look at what they doing and just copy it. Like, study the
yeah,
enemy.
just pretty much
That's,
it.
you know what I'm saying? That's what they do. They study us. We
Mm-hmm.
study them. Like, what is working for them? How are they sustaining their funding? Funding their causes, things like that. And money does talk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a
Yeah.
whole lot of that, and it's a whole lot of people who, they want to sit back and be like, I'm just gonna
Mm-hmm.
collect benefit from the people who are dying. And it's like it, you got to get your hands dirty. That's the only time that change is going to happen. And I'm using
Yep.
my platform as a way to, like, speak to multiple people. I have sensitive skin, so I can't go out there and protest and get hit, because I'd be like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, they be like, oh, what happened to Karyne? I'm like, yo, look, I mean, I used to work at a psychiatric hospital for almost 5 years, and I used to get hit, all of that stuff, like, and I said I had enough. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just like, this person could have killed me. You know what I'm saying? There
Mm-hmm.
was, when they leave the jails, they come to the psychiatric hospitals in shackles, and then they take those shackles off. We don't have no weapons. We don't have anything to protect us. We just have to talk to these people. So that is, I've been trained for years on how to de-escalate through voice, you know? So I'm like, that's now a power thing, a power tool for me. I could calm anybody down, even with mental illness. You know what I'm saying? I know how to do a takedown too. So, you know what I'm saying? So people would be like, oh, that's Karyne. I'd be like, nah.
Okay.
I can get aggressive. I'm from Brooklyn and I have my training. So, so I'm like, you know, I think it's just, it's just, I don't know. It's just so much happening, but I'm doing my part. You're doing your part.
Of course.
And I'm just going to continue utilizing my voice and my platform to have those conversations, like, to whoever wants to talk, you know, about it, you know, respectfully. You can have your different views and that's fine, but it's like, where do we meet in the middle ground where we can get things done? Because you can't go on through life back and forth fighting, trying to get heard. Like, that's not how life is. But while we're fighting, the government can do whatever it wants, and that's the whole point. It's like, it's no longer a race issue. It's now like your rights. That's what we are fighting for, is like the right to breathe. And we're fighting for our kids and our nieces and nephews' right to breathe. Like, we don't want to be the next person, you know, crying on the stage saying, this is my family member. I'm not hugging nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not hugging nobody at the courtroom. Like, oh, I believe in God, Jesus Christ, and all of that, but I'm not hugging nobody. I can forgive you and ask for mercy upon your soul because I know what's about to happen to you, but I'm not gonna be like kumbaya and you meant what everything you did. Like, is, you know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly. It's just too late for that, man. It is what it is. It's too late. You did what you did. You should have thought about that before. Like, I don't need that now. I don't need I'm sorry, because it's not going to do anything. It's not going to bring my loved one back. It's too late.
Yeah, I'm doing this for my loved one. They would want me to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, they would want me to make sure they got the justice that they deserve, because that's what we ultimately are doing. It's not, and then it's bigger than all of that. You know what I'm saying? It's for all the wrongdoings for people who look like me. Like, it's like, not the crime, not this, it's the color. And that's the problem. It's like, even white people know it. They like, you know what I'm saying? The Karynes of the world. And I'm a Karyne, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so mad. I'm a Karyne.
No, but you're not that Karyne, so it's just.
I'm not that Karyne. I can get like that Karyne. Like, let me see something going down that I don't like. Like, but it's not gonna be falsified. Like, I'm not gonna make something up. Like, they don't understand what I don't understand. I grew up on karma. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you think no one sees you, karma does. And I'm like, I've witnessed it with my own eyes that people get what they deserve later on in life. Like, it catches up. Like, you be like, oh, they be, you know what I'm saying? You like, somebody do you wrong, you be like, oh, no, it's fine. I forgive them. I'm good. Let me move on with my life. Then all of a sudden they come back like, yo, did you hear? I'm like, oh, I could see that. I don't gotta do nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, so whatever transpires during this time, I am scared, but I'm also hopeful. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of people out there doing what it needs to be done on the front lines, in the trenches, just kind of like an army. You know what I'm saying? So they're out there doing and protecting the cause. And that's, I think, how we have to see it, since someone just declared this war. Like, I'm like, yo, this is war then? Like,
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, wow. Like, so what are we protecting the outside from if we're fighting within?
Right.
Like, what is the freedom that we're protecting when these soldiers go out and start, in different countries to protect our freedom if we're being attacked by our own people, by our
Right.
own officials?
It's hypocrisy.
It's
It's very
like
hypocritical.
it's like you kill everybody. Like, now you don't have a job. Like, like, who are you serving and protecting? They might start laying you off. Now so it's like, I think people are just really confused and allowing the spirit of evil and the spirit of confusion and all of that into their psyches. And I really appreciate the fact that you are God-fearing and you pray and things like that, because you're going to need it. You're going to
Of
need that
course.
protection
Definitely.
and that groundedness, you know what I'm saying, that God provides. So, TC, I don't know what else to say.
Listen, it's gonna be all right. I just got that feeling. Like I always had it. If it was too much for me, trust me, I'm that person. I can't do this anymore. I won't do it anymore. It's not quitting, but it's just like, let's not throw in a white towel and I'm gonna figure something out another way. But right now, I'm gonna use this time, this opportunity to try my best to help and like try to be a voice of reason. It's that people know, listen, we are hurting too. And sometimes you gotta get down to where people is at. Like, listen, it's gonna be all right. I'm a black man first. You gotta know how to talk to people in a way that they are able to understand. And that's what's been helping me. That's gonna continue to help me. And I just like I got this feeling. I can't explain it, but when it's all said and done, we're gonna have another conversation. And we're like, listen, remember what I was telling you?
Yeah, yep. And you better hit me
It's
up.
just
Like,
gonna be
I'll
all
be
right.
there like, yep, it's
Like it
that
is.
time. It's that
It's that
time.
time.
Yeah.
It's
And I was
definitely
gonna
that time.
ask you what message you had, but you already like flowed into it. Like, the spirit just led you to give your
Yeah,
message anyway before I even asked it. So I'm gonna say thank you so much,
you're welcome.
Terrence, for like agreeing to have this conversation, for sending out your message, and just being a upstanding man, black police officer. Thank you.
You're welcome. I appreciate you, Queen.
Thank you. I got my
Yes,
crown on.
yes. That's what I'm talking
But thanks, and
about.
be
That's what I'm
safe
talking
out
about.
there. Be safe. For real.
Will do. You too, all right?
Thank you. I will.
If you need anything, let me know. I got you. Information, whatever it is, I got you. You
All
need
right.
you need a PBA card, I got you too.
Yo, seriously, like, I need to come outside. Okay, listen, don't say that.
I got you. I got some on deck. I got you. Trust me, I got you.
All
When I'm
right.
in Brooklyn, I'll hit you up and I got you.
All right. Thank you so much again.
You're welcome.
Be safe, be blessed, and tomorrow is another day for you. So.
Yes. Likewise.
All right.
All right. Have a blessed day.
You too. Bye.
All right.
Thank you again for listening to Beauty and Braids. I'm your girl Karyne, and this has been another great day. Until next time, you'll hear from me then. In the meantime, please follow me on @HairByKaryne, @ShopBraidAppeal, and @YTC Nonprofit. Get to know me a little bit better. Check them out. Bye.